All right, Indiana, good luck.
Okay, are you ready? Savakate to the great city of Yamoja, named after the African goddess of the ocean. I'm Tegan Leslie, Mayor of Yamoja.
Welcome, I'm Jordan Sychuk, Head Engineer. Karibu, I'm Madeline McCabe, Bioenvironmental Engineer.
We are located in the northern province of South Africa, between the Kalahari Desert and the Indian Ocean. The year is 2119, and we are celebrating our 100th year anniversary. Yamoja is the Rainbow Nation, with 2.5 million people of all ages and nationalities, including Zulu, Hindu, and Muslim. Yamoja has sunny days, cool nights, and a mostly semi-arid climate.
Architects created self-sustaining communities designed to promote a robust lifestyle. There are high-rise residentials, city markets, restaurants, parks, and entertainment facilities. Financial institutions, technology, and biotech research facilities create sustainable employment.
Transportation engineers created an extensive light rail transit system linking Yamoja to surrounding cities. Smart roads, constructed of prefabricated plastic, are embedded with electromagnetic induction coils. These sensors allow vehicles to navigate and monitor the surrounding traffic while the EIC wirelessly charge the vehicles.
With a robust economy, police departments keep crime low. Fire suppression technology makes the fire department one of the best in the country. Medical facilities have innovative practices due to biomedical engineers who have developed HoloLens, which allows for accurate diagnosis without surgical incision.
Yamoja's semi-arid climate and scarce rainfall makes it a water-stressed country vulnerable to destruction. As people migrated into cities, water demands increased. Poor planning, years of drought, and an outdated water structure caused water shortages. Short-term effects included no source of sanitized drinking water, trash that was dumped into the ecosystem, water lost from decaying pipes, and chemical pollution from industry, mining, and farming.
Long-term effects included the destruction of wetlands, habitats, and the natural filtering of pollutants. Burning coal caused acid rain and increased carbon dioxide. With approximately 8 million metric tons of discarded plastic into the ocean, South Africa ranked 11th in the world. Only 16% of the plastic was getting recycled, causing marine life to die from eating or getting caught in the trash.
Threats and vulnerabilities present 100 years ago were addressed. Engineers used a three-step approach to clean and preserve water resources. The first solution is prevention. To reduce pollution contaminating our water source, an automated waste collection system was installed throughout the city. Citizens are provided with colored waste bags corresponding to the waste stream. Waste bags are placed in the designated chute. When inlets are full, powerful fans are activated, creating negative airflow that sucks the bagged waste from each inlet to the collection station. Upon arrival, bags are sorted automatically using camera technology that recognizes the bag's color. Once sorted, the waste becomes a variety of valuable resources. This system created a safer, more hygienic environment, made recycling easier, and uses data to promote positive change.
Instead of burning coal, energy issues were resolved with clean energy production. In the Kalahari Desert, we have built solar, wind, downdraft towers. These structures consist of a tall, hollow cylinder with a water injection system near the top. A fine mist is cast across the entire opening. Water evaporates, and the cooled, heavier air then falls through the cylinder. At the bottom, wind tunnels divert the air to turbines that produce electricity.
Algae facades that filter polluted air and create energy have been added to buildings. They are made of hollow glass panels containing microalgae farms that collect carbon dioxide. The carbon-loaded algae is converted into energy and used for heating and cooling.
The second solution is water cleanup. A wastewater wheel at the mouth of our river removes debris, while water currents and solar-powered pumps funnel debris towards the water wheel along conveyor belt. A dumpster attached to a dock holds 16 yards of waste. When full, it is detached and taken to a recycling sorter.
In 2019, 60% of Yamoja's natural wetlands were lost due to mining and other human activities, so restoration has been a focus for environmental engineers. Wetland parks have been incorporated in order to store and release water slowly, to recharge underground water resources, filter pollutants, and reduce the impacts of droughts and floods.
The last solution is treatment. 100 years ago, inadequate sewage collection and treatment threatened Yamoja's people. Wastewater was being pumped into the river system, creating illness and death. Two systems have been put into place to meet Yamoja's needs. First, root zone wastewater treatment plants have been installed throughout the city. This system makes use of biological treatment processes to remove pollutants from wastewater using the following steps. First, wastewater is sent to a primary tank to settle. Next, water is sent to tidal flow wetlands where water fills and drains 12 times a day. Then, polishing vertical flow wetlands remove any remaining organic material. Finally, water passes through carbon nanotube membranes on the way to the recycled water tank where it is stored until use.
A second system has been installed not only to clean the water but preserve it. Umoja uses a direct potable reuse system. This system takes wastewater to drinkable standards and returns it back to the water supply. This is more reliable than reservoirs because water supply varies with precipitation levels and seasons. A trade-off for indirect potable reuse was a campaign to educate citizens about where the water comes from, how it is treated, and what quality is achieved. We needed the community to feel comfortable with the idea of drinking treated wastewater.
Our streetlights are also water seers. They have been placed throughout the city. A vertical wind turbine draws air into an underground chamber. The surrounding earth cools the air, which condenses it into water. The water is then transferred to a larger water reservoir. Each water seer can produce up to 11 gallons of water a day.
Umoja's water systems have become resilient. If one is disrupted, others can compensate until it is repaired. Real-time water health monitoring systems alert engineers whenever they detect issues, thereby reducing waste and repair time.
All innovations cannot be made at once because of overwhelming cost. Putting new technology together all at once creates the risk for total failure and puts citizens at risk for illness or death. Therefore, compromises were made, and the trade-off to make this project affordable was to divide the city into portions to be redone each year.
Without engineers, Umoja could not have been built. Civil and architectural engineers coordinated and designed the city, while structural, mechanical, and electrical engineers made sure all the buildings function properly. The engineering design process was implemented.
Give me one engineering challenge that you faced and also how you actually solved the problem with your team.
May you say that again, please?
One engineering problem that you faced during this whole project and how you actually solved it with your team.
So the two main problems in our city was pollution and droughts. And this actually affects where our city is located in South Africa because Umoja, well, before it was Johannesburg. And Johannesburg ranked 11th for plastic, and also it only recycled 16% of their waste.
Another way that our problem affected our city was that, currently now, only 60% of the plastic is recycled. So we wanted our city to have clean, safe drinking water.
So some ways that we actually reduced our pollution in our city was with our wastewater wheel, which is located at the mouth of our river, and it removes debris while water currents and solar-powered pumps funnel debris towards the water wheel along a conveyor belt. As you can see, this is our conveyor belt, and this is where the debris is sucked in, and then it is sent to a waste treatment where it is recycled and used for many other purposes.
What role does your model's moving part represent in your future city? How did you design and create it?
So, go ahead.
Our moving parts represent our solutions. So we have our wastewater wheel and our solar wind downdraft tower, also the top of our water seer spins. So these all show our most innovative solutions to the problems in our city.
Which part of your system is most innovative and how so?
I would say that our indirect potable reuse system is our most efficient because it not only cleans the water but preserves it. And this is more reliable than reservoirs because water supply varies with precipitation levels and seasons.
I would say our root zone wastewater treatment plants because this creates a way for our city to treat our wastewater, and these can be installed all throughout the city, and it helps because they didn't have this before 100 years ago. So what we did was we helped our citizens become healthier whenever we created this project.
In my opinion, I think our water sewer is most innovative because they are also our street lights. They're placed all throughout our city, and each one can produce up to 11 gallons of water a day. So this really helps our drought problem.
How big is your team, and what was your most difficult problem in agreeing, and how did you use the engineering process to solve it?
So we have 9 people in our team. We have 3 presenters, and then the rest are builders. And I would say that one of the most difficult parts was installing our lights for our buildings. And it was quite simple to do, but it took so very long. It was a really long process that our builders had to drill holes into the buildings, and then they had to connect them with basic circuits, and then go and connect that to our 6-volt battery.
So
I would say,
no, go ahead.
okay, I would say the toughest was our Ferris wheel because it was really hard for our builder to create that and get the wiring. And he was so happy whenever it started moving, and he actually got it. And he was so proud of it.
In my opinion, I think it was our corner pullouts because it's like a puzzle, and trying to get it to fit was difficult, but we were really happy in the end when we could.
So how did you come up with this idea of using bottle caps for all your buildings?
So we came up with this idea because we know that there is a lot of plastic in our oceans right now, currently, and we knew that was going to increase while the years went on. So we wanted to take this and take a real-life problem and use it so that it could inspire engineers to actually maybe make roads or buildings out of plastic.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So our finals champions received a $7,500 contribution to their organization's STEM program and an all-expenses-paid trip to Space Camp in Huntsville, Alabama, provided courtesy of Bentley Systems. I want to invite up Claire Witkowski and Dan Koval from Bentley Systems to the stage to present the award for this year's Future City Champions.
Where am I reading from? That's not that one. Don't mess it up. All right, and your 2020 Future City Competition Finals champions, first place goes to Indiana.